This, my buddies, is Dark Souls 3. It's a game that's been out for like, I don't know, 9 years, and it is one of my favorites. So today I'm going to start a walkthrough through it for it, and this will be part one. Depending on your build, which almost no matter what is like really good, no matter what build you go for, it's best you start off with a knight or something with like really good melee compatibility. But if you want to go for like the more advanced builds, you should go for like mercenary because Sellsword Twin Blades, they have almost no requirements to their weapon at all because you already start off with them, and it is one of the best weapons in the game for high damage output in like just really fast amount of time, really low amount of time. But I would personally choose Knight for the build I'm doing. I'm gonna go for a Paladin, which is basically, if none of y'all know, it's a it's a knight, but they can use magic. That's really it. And burial gift depends on whether you want to do damage or have more money so that you can level up once you get later into the game. But if you want money, go for the Sovereignless Soul. That'll give you 2,000 souls right off the bat. And then if you want to do damage right off the bat, then you should go for the Black Fire Bombs, which will do crap tons of damage against the first couple of bosses you approach. But I'm going to go for Sovereignless Soul. And with that, I'm already done with character creation. You can customize your character all you want, but I already have mine saved, so I have that loaded. Alright. Cemetery of Ash. Alright, this is its start. Here is your first enemy. It's best you start getting used to your controls fast because this is a really high-paced game. So you will want to get used to your controls fast. But most people wouldn't notice this path down here. So it's actually worth being really curious in this game because that'll lead you to the DLCs and whatnot. But down here is a deserted corpse soul, which will give you 400 souls. Not the best soul in the game, but it's a good amount of souls. And that Ashen Flask I just picked up, you will need to pick that up, or else whenever you get Estus Shards, you will not be able to upgrade your flasks at all, because for the simple fact you don't have that Ashen Flask. Don't ask me how this game works. There'll be a couple of enemies down here. They are not worth anything at all. But if you get Fading Souls from these guys, you're pretty lucky because that's just an extra 50 souls you get every time you kill them. Okay. Again, really useful to be curious, but sometimes curiosity comes with dangers. Kind of like right here. Down there is an item I want to get, but on the other side is a Crystal Lizard. Crystal Lizards are known as mini-bosses in this game, so you'll want to be a little bit careful around them, especially at a lower level. But depending on the class you start off with, you can do, you can break this enemy's stance and repost. For this enemy specifically, it takes a little bit of time to break his stance with a longsword, but you'll get it. Like right there, you saw I broke his stance whenever he stood up. Because he does a lot of damage, like he did half my health bar. You'll have to be really careful with his attacks as well. So don't take much effort once you learn how to fight this guy, but once you get the hang of it, then you can do really high. And with that repost, he is dead. And now we can get this item, Soul of an Unknown Traveler, that will give you 800 souls. So that's really good. So far we got 100, 500, for some reason I can't do the math in my head, 1,300. 3,300 souls from items alone. That is really good. But then from defeating that crystal lizard, if you look down to the bottom right, you'll see how many souls I have. I got 4,000 souls from killing that crystal lizard, so that is also really good. That means I'm going to come out of this place just about rich. I'm never paying taxes ever again. Climb up here. And bonfire. Very first bonfire you ever light. And I think it's actually mandatory you light this bonfire, or else the game will not allow you to light any others. I don't know though, because I've never tested that. Alright, another fading soul, that's really good. I'm getting really lucky with my fading soul drops. Alright. Little creep back here. I'm gonna stare at me while I'm running around. Another fading soul. Wow. For a beginning, 4 fading souls is really good. Alright. Again, curiosity strikes. You want to come down here if you want to do higher damage output. Once you approach these next bosses, and most I'm about to approach. So I just got fire bombs. As I mentioned with the black fire bombs, regular fire bombs are a little bit, like, less threatening, because they don't do as much damage, but they do practically the same thing. They're fire damage. But most enemies here in these couple of beginning areas, fire is going to be everything's main weakness. So, that's really good. Jump down, kill that guy. And this guy as well. Alright. 4,304 souls. Nice. Alright. This is Eudix Gundyr. This is the first boss you approach during playing this game, and it is also your first mandatory boss. Tutorial bosses are meant to be really easy. This one's a little bit difficult if you don't know your controls. So, you'll see messages along the way back there whenever I just kind of traipsed through. You'll see a lot of messages teaching you all the basics to the controls. Once you get the hang of those controls, things will become much easier. Alright. Eudix Gundyr. He is weak to parries, so you want to get these kind of shields for your advantage. And in his second phase, whenever he turns into a Pussive Man, you'll want to use the fire bombs because that's weak to fire. But even in his first phase, he's weak to fire, but in second phase, he's weaker. Right here, you can get a couple of extra hits. So, parry a little bit early, so that you'll get the parry right on time whenever the attack lands. Not like I did there, I was too early. You gotta do all your parries early, or else you're just not gonna get him. You should be in second phase now. Now is about when you want to back up, because once that appears, you can deal damage in that little transformation. Now he's weak to fire. So, if you have fire bombs, go ahead and use them. Tail whip, that's one of the weirdest attacks. This phase cannot be parried, so beware of that. Yeah, he's beaten. Oh, wow. So that boss, again, is supposed to be really easy, but I had a little bit of a struggle because I do not usually use the fire bombs because they're kind of insignificant against him. you can just use your weapon, and it's doing better damage anyways, because you have more durability on your weapon, no matter what weapon you have. You have more of those than you have fire bombs, ever. Because the largest amount of fire bombs you can have on your character is 99, as well as many other items you can get in the game, besides arrows, which you can get 50, 30, or 999 of. Depends on the kind of arrow, though. If it's explosives, it's going to be 50. If it's great arrows, it's also going to be 50. If it's a specific type of great arrow, like, Oni Slayer great arrows, it's 30. Then every other arrow and bolt you get is, what's it called? 999. Careful with your curiosity here, because there's another mini boss around here. I will show you him in a minute. I'm gonna grab a couple of items before I try to fight him. Alright, so I got that east-west shield earlier, and the ember that I just picked up, those are really important. So be sure to stock up on those. Just by exploring the area around here, you should be able to stock up on embers pretty easily, so yeah, just explore the area, you'll get embers easily. Like right now, I got 2 embers, that's pretty good. Well, just 1 ember's good, but it's better to have a little bit extra. Alright, Firelink Shrine. This is the motherlode of importance. You should have gotten this coiled sword that I'm putting into the bonfire here from the Phoenix Gundyr fight after beating him. You can just place it in that bonfire, and boom. If you have poppable souls on your character like I do, you can go to this Fire Maiden and sell them. That's the fastest way to sell them. And then sell anything else you don't need. That'll increase how much souls you have. And now, you will want to grab a Prism Stone, White Sign Soapstone if you plan on cooperation, and large leather shields. Just 1 though. Now we'll want to run up here. Past these little doors. Well, there's no door there. Alright. So, then right here is a glitch. You can walk up this tree, actually, and then jump off onto the roof right here. It's supposed to be a glitch, but it's actually pretty easy. Like, yeah, I just did that first try. That's, yep, kind of easy. Alright, so, I want to walk back here, and into this little doorway here. Be careful walking along here, as a lot of people that end up dying it's because they fall off. So be careful where you step. Alright. And now let's drop this right quick. And firebomb. You see those? Those you can get from dropping special items to these birds. It doesn't really matter what you drop to them, they'll give you something. Unless it's like just a casual item, or you've already given it to them, they will not accept it. So because I got Pickle P's request, I got Call Over and the iron bracelets, and then from Pumperump I got large Titanite shards. So there we go. Now we're gonna drop that Prism Stone and the large leather shield I mentioned. Pumperump likes those. And now I just had 2 Twinkling Titanite. Nice. Now back here, I'm gonna keep running along. Hi, Swordmaster. Oh, he's trying to run after me. Good thing he can't get me up here. Unless he knows the trees get glitch. Alright. Crystal Lizard. And bow. Another Twinkling Titanite. if you manage to get a Twinkling Titanite weapon at the beginning of the game, that is really good. Because right here at the beginning, you get 3 Twinkling Titanite, which will bring your weapon to +2, which is really good. Alright. For this guy, you gotta be really fast. Because he's human, he doesn't have any special weaknesses or strengths. But try to focus on physical damage, because he has basically no armor. Like, he's wearing tatters, but because of how trash that is, he's basically butt-ass naked, so you can just kill him. So you can, if you want to try, he's easy to poise break, but it's best you just try to take him down slowly. But whatever works best for you, kill him. Alright. He died by my hand. And you get a Uchi Katana and the Master's Attire from him. Alright, so now we can run back here and back into the Firelink Shrine. This Uchi Katana that I got from him is one of the best weapons in the game, though I wouldn't recommend it if you're going for my kind of build, which is Paladin. Don't use this weapon. But if you're going for a dexterity build, this is probably going to be your go-to. It's a really good weapon. You can get it right off the bat, just like I did. Alright, run back to her. Sell things you don't need. Again. And we're done here. Wait, no we're not actually. Firekeeper.
Welcome, I believe to very then hey.
She will level you up so long as you have this the souls for it. Alright. What I would recommend here is bringing your vigor up to 20, because that will bring your health bar pretty high up, which will basically mean you're set for the entire game. Well, for NG1 for at least. Alright. And then for my build, I'm going to upgrade Faith. Boom.
Farewell,
I am a very, very minor paladin now. Because I'm pretty sure with what I got, I can... Oh yeah, I can attune. So I'm gonna grab Heal Aid, and I guess nothing else, because I can't get anything else. Though, if I get enough souls, I can actually, get that talisman there. I'm actually gonna sell a Titanite scale to get it, because Titanite scales I'm not gonna need. Alright, talisman. And now, you can equip it in either one of your off hands. It doesn't really matter, but I would put it in my left hand. Alright. I'm gonna sit at the bonfire and tune a spell. That Heal Aid I bought. Now's when you can use it. So, I'm gonna demonstrate what it does. It's a heal. So, jump up to here. That healed me right back. Heal Aid's pretty good for a beginning, but don't rely on it too much. It's not as good as it seems. Because if I'm not mistaken, it only heals like 4% of your health. Wait, no, 6. This is taking a little bit of time. Alright. Out this door. Down these stairs. Look where we are. High Wall of Lothric. Light this bonfire. This is the 4th bonfire already. And how long has this video been? 20 minutes. That's really good. Alright. this is where the party kind of starts. So make sure you're pretty geared up for the area, as this right here is the first farming area you have access to. Be careful with some of the areas they will still fight. But note that these enemies only have, they only drop a little bit early, so note that. But most aside, these enemies are kind of easy to kill, so you can just kind of take them all down. You'll get souls for it. Like down there at the bottom right, again, you see my souls. I have 595. Now 625, that's pretty good. Here's that brat over here. Make sure to kill the screamers as fast as you can, or else they'll alert every single other enemy that you're there, and you might be dead. So, use it. Raw gem, that is really rare for these guys to drop. But I would advise you not to use them, because they make a weapon stronger, but they take away the scaling of that weapon. So, raw, no, don't use it. It's the worst infusion in the game. Like, even fire gem's better, and it does the exact same thing. It makes its fire, it makes the weapon's fire stronger, like, it does more fire damage, but it takes away all the scaling. So, fire is also bad. Alright. Hello there. Fire bombs. Yowie. Alright. Heal aid. If you're only missing a small fraction of your health, go ahead and use heal aid, but I wouldn't really rely on it. Deserted corpse soul. We will use that later. But right now, we are in the middle of an area, so it's not best. That's bad. That guy deserved it. Alright. Be fast up here. You don't have to go this way, but this is the way I'm taking because it's the way I always take. Oh. Damn. The big guy followed me in here. Good thing I just bagged him. Jesus, I almost got murdered. Alright. Oh, hey, a chest. But these, right here, you want to be really careful, because you can see the chain on the side right here. If it's pointing backwards, it's just your average chest. But you see how it's pointing forward instead? This chest moved on its own. It's not one you can trust. Be sure not to let the minute grab you, because that's going to do a lot of damage. That's a pretty easy kill. And you get a deep battle axe. This weapon does not have any scaling because of the deep infusion, but it's doing good damage anyways because it's 192 damage and it's a battle axe, so what would you expect from a battle axe? It's pretty good. This you want a two-hand though, because that's where the damage comes in. Wait, oh, it doesn't change, never mind. Then just keep it one-hand if you can. Master parry. He's dead. The Lothric Knight set, though, I cannot complain. It's one of the best sets in the game. And you get it right off. You can get it right off the bat as well, so that's good. Alright. For this part, you want to run up here. Up these stairs. And bonfire. Well, I can't light it right now because it's really badass. Alright. Light the fire. And now, I'm about to get a very special item. Titanite shard. That will allow you to upgrade any normal weapon you get, like one of these two weapons I have. Well, actually, everything in my inventory can be upgraded by regular Titanite. But you will see the special weapons later on. They're usually the ones that do the elemental damage. He didn't really deserve life anyways. Those were burn barrels that I just rolled through, so beware of those if there's enemies that throw fire bombs nearby. Alright, I'm gonna run back because that pathway that we just saw over there is kind of useless because we do not have the key right now. We don't have the key to open the door at the end. Alright. Soul of a deserted corpse. That didn't do as much damage as I anticipated. I'm gonna switch back to my longsword. Because a lot of the enemies are resistant or immune to dark damage, so I'm gonna avoid that. Yeah, you want to kill that enemy fast or it becomes mini-food extender and turns into a puzzle man. So, be really careful around those guys. Boink. Kill this guy as well. Midget. I'm gonna raw gem for it. Nice. Whee! Some enemies trying to shoot fire arrows at me. You want to be really careful with your curiosity, just like with the Crystal Wizard. Use that as an example. Be careful whenever you enter new areas that you've never seen before. These spearmen are significantly harder than the swordsmen to fight for most, me included. Because they do a lot of shield bashes, which can get really annoying. Backstab. Boom. Ember. I hate shares. Alright, Soul of a Deserted Corpse. Very good. Take this guy here. And broadsword. Really good weapon. Better than the weapon I was just holding, so you want to equip that. 132 damage, not bad. Green Blossom. Basically picking weed. And a Stora Straight Sword. I cannot use that yet.
I have to wait until later. Alright, a lot of enemies around here that I really hate, so I'm gonna grab my fire bombs and start chucking. Chuck. Chuck. That could have been dangerous. Careful of the enemies around here. They're pretty big and pretty strong. Whee! And they can jump down with you. They can jump down with you. And so
That's unfortunate. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to run back over there later. That's not good. Because that's a lot of souls I lost. Funsy skip. Come here, Lothric Knight, give me some sugar. I suck at parrying. And you cannot parry that attack. That's wonderful. And you guard it just every single second. And you only attack whenever I heal. That Lothric Knight's annoying, I'm not fighting him. Looks like we're doing a run through. Now I can heal. Now I have to rely on it. Or else... Okay, it looks like I have to deal with an annoying enemy. Die, fool. Titty shard. Nice. Heal more. Now I'm low on magic. Not a problem. I have this Ashen Flask I got earlier. Much earlier, actually. Boing. Careful how you fight these guys, because it can end up bad. My point proven. That Ring of Sacrifice will allow me to keep my souls if I die. Not what I wanted to use, but okay. Let's summon some people. and then go on a rampage. I got his leggings. Really good. Good. Oh wow. I don't think AI can do that. Oh, we got invaded. That's not good. I'm gonna put him back. Try to make peace with him. Take this. I don't think he's gonna try to be friends with me. I'm cooked. Okay. Oh. Okay. He made peace with me. Nice. I'll get him out of the way. Alright. Time to fight a boss. We gotta be really careful here. Not a tough fight, but it's a fight. So, let's be a little bit careful. Alright. This guy's weakness is dark, which is why I'm using the battle axe. Boom. Boss apprehended. And that is your first boss soul you get in this game. I forgot to get another item to proceed. So, I will show you guys that. He gave me nothing, that's rude. Alright. Into this little room here. You will want to murder this very nice woman.
What are you?
She's not important. Alright, so you get the Lothric banner, Basin of Vows, and the Way of Blue Covenant. Boom. Do not approach that altar while you have the Basin of Vows, because that will start a very late game boss, which you do not want to fight here at the beginning. But now that I have shown everything for this part of the game, this will conclude the video today. So I hope you guys would enjoy this little video I made. And next time